This is Farid Pramani once again with Ignite the Spark, and topic for today is quite interesting as we mostly talk about entrepreneurship, mentorship, career moves to take you to the next level of quality of life. Usually, uh, we see a lot of people juggle with growing their startups to next level, and they confuse in between those terms as angel investors, VCs, uh, getting a company to public level, IPOs, how to raise a startup capital to what you want to do, when to put money in which bucket. Usually, a lot of good ideas turn out to be drained, and a lot of smaller idea turns out to be magnified, like Uber and all. So let's see it in a stepwise way how things work. So let's say you're ready now and you want to start up you want to test your idea to real action. It's always a say that whatever you want to test first, that's in your mind, you want to make a right product out of it. So an imagination which is there in your mind and you have a gut feel that okay, this might work. You start with the baseline of market research, and market research term looks complicated, but it's not that difficult. You can start that doing random rounds of focus groups. So let's say you have a product that attracts, it's a social network for example, and that social network, let's say, address to the needs of seniors, who are lonely, people are getting depressed, there is a lack of happiness. Let's say you decide to connect the dots. Let's say you decide to connect seniors all around and make them happy ongoing and give them a peer or someone to hear. So you're there, you go through any of the product metrics like product, price, placement, promotion. These are 4 P's, which is usually very common. All school of thought says the same definition. You develop who's the product for, what is the price I'm going to charge, if it's free, how will I make the money, advertisements, promotions, sponsors, where is the placement, how will I grow the product, how will people start using me, will I be spending money on marketing, or maybe will I try to drive it through senior home clinics. Could be an innovative way of marketing that can trickle down your cost and directly hit the customer at the right spot. And then promotion, how will you do the promotion? Is it gonna be the pull strategy, you'll be attracting customers towards you, or is it a push strategy? Are you trying to go to customer and then grab them with their horns? So once you move from that point and doing a certain level of testing, either you might be in a phase you can put in your own money. Let's say you're a student, just dropped out of college, completed your graduation, or maybe someone who's tired of 9 to 5 life. We get a lot of questions from those people who wants to transition from professional life to entrepreneurship. So that's why I'm trying to address those problems, and it's a big opportunity if you're really trying to quit 9 to 5. But start something, be generous, be honest with where you're working. Try to work on your startup. There is no harm if you are justifying your time in the right direction. You're not putting your job hours to your own business plan. That's unethical. So coming back to the same point, test your idea with your own money if you have. If not, then the first round is getting to angels. Angels could be your friend, family members, anyone who you trust. But from angel, think of a small amount, maybe 100 to $300,000. Usually angels also can pay up to $10,000 to $50,000. These are the people who initial point of time are more like your well-wishers. If you don't know angel, they might be more like an investor to you because then they don't have any emotional affiliation. But let's say if you're trying to borrow money from your friend's family, they might want to see you successful, and in return you might want to give them a decent check in profitability or percentage or maybe a return back. It could be any of the ways. So that's how you start the idea. Let's say these days biotech companies are growing like crazy, and you're working, you're a biotech scientist, and let's say you want to launch a cancer therapeutics, and then you say that okay, it's a $1 billion idea, and you can never pitch that to right now angels, then they might laugh at you, but they might give you 100 $200,000 with certain percentage after your idea is tested for, let's say, some free clinical trials. After which the second step is you move towards VCs. Now, who are VCs? Venture capitalists. They are a group of series of angel investors, vetted, accredited, people who have less time. They are usually the ones who actually want a proper exit plan, and most of the time they want to see that today, let's say if they are investing money in you, they want the maximum equity share as per your evaluation. So have the right evaluation done. It's an expensive process, but you can use those accredited companies that do 3 4 ways of evaluation, so you know what your product is and your market is. And these evaluation company gives you a tough time, but that's okay. They ask you those bitter questions which you might not like on day one, but that shapes out your product. You go to VCs, you raise your funds, diluting 20, 30, 40, whichever, how much your funds you need, depends on that. And they want the proper exit plan. Let's say some of them might say that, okay, we want to stay in the company if they really like your idea, while some might only care about, hey, I'm putting $1, I want maybe $2, $3, two and a half, $10, whatever is your growth rate. And then you give them money by either buying back the shares when you go public tomorrow, growing big, maybe a $50 million, $100 million company, or you just let them stay as is. And then the third way is when you go too big, then obviously you have a lot of consultants. You don't need these free videos, and but then you go public, or you list the companies and do IPO rounds. You look at how Google started, how YouTube started, how Uber started. All these companies, when they did not spend money on marketing. They did, but they spent major money on their product development. They did 360 angle research with their customers, and they tried to reduce the frictions. It's a famous say by a strong Japanese analyst who usually consults Silicon Valley companies, and he says, "If you want to be a billionaire in today's life, pick up an industry you love, make it automize, and remove all the frictions you have." So, in order to have remove all those frictions, you need to actually figure out and talk to your customers a lot. You have to do R&D a lot, and that might take your time, money, and efforts. It's better and wise to put that time and money on your product development, and then second is towards the decent marketing. Don't try to spend humongous money of marketing until and unless you have raised money from VC. Otherwise, you might end up selling a low compromise product and not getting return, and might feel that the product did not work. So have your metrics ready. Start with the mission statement in mind: product, price, placement, promotion. Put your own money, get the angel. After a while, test it. If it's right, second step is get a VC. It might take some time, but always build the credibility, take the necessary accreditations, awards, produce yourself. Somebody wants to invest in the company, but they want to invest on the founder actually. And then everybody knows technology is a fast-paced thing. Brick and mortar businesses never give those returns, but the chances of risk are there. But minimize those risks. Let it be win-win for everyone. And I hope this paradigm helps you. Once again, Farid Prabhani will ignite this spark. Best of luck.